Hello again, everyone. This is ML Reads back with Chapter 8, Part C of the Elementalists Book 1 by Pixelberry Studios Choices app. If you want to watch any of the other videos in this series, I will link the main playlist in the description. And for everyone else, let's get back into our very first Part C, which is for this chapter, Chapter 8, Night Magic. Continue playing. Okay, so context. Eli and her friends are at this secret student rave, which is to celebrate the winter solstice, and it's out in the middle of the woods. So everyone gets a power up, like their magic gets boosted because it's the winter solstice, except for Eli because she's a sunat, and the solstice means that it is the longest night of the year and also the shortest day of the year. I guess conversely, during the summer solstice, she'd get like an extra power boost. But anyway, so because her powers are super weak at the moment, this lovely upperclassman has offered to help Eli by teaching her a spell that will kind of give her a bit of a boost. So the regular choice is I'm not interested, and that's the free choice. And the premium choice is a turbocharged magical core, count me in. So we're going to take that option, count me in. Student, awesome. All right. So you know how we're constantly unconsciously letting some of our magical energy out into the world? Eli, yeah, definitely. I knew that. Student, well, this spell pulls that energy back into you, making you more powerful. Eli, so how do I do that? Student, first, you need to focus on the energy you're losing. You need to be aware of it before you can keep it in. Try reaching for your magic like you're about to cast something, but don't do it. You close your eyes and focus on your magic, but it feels like wading through mud, each tug at your magic leaving you out of breath. Eli, geez, this is exhausting. Beyond the ball of magical energy at your center, though, you notice some of your magic humming in the air around you. Student, you feel that? Now you have to suck it back inside of you. Imagine you're swimming and you need to take a really deep breath before you dive under. You take a deep breath and imagine you're a whirlpool sucking the energy in. All at once, the magic comes jolting back into you with a burst of light. Eli, whoa! Student, yeah, just like that. You did it. That was easy. Eli, I feel so much better already. It's like I'm supercharged. Student, now you can create a solar flare if you want to let your power back out. The energy races beneath your skin, straining at the surface. Your fingers twitch, a small spark dancing between them. Eli, and the choices are I should let it all out or keep it under control. I want to see the solar flare, so let's let it all out. You raise your hand and let the magic burst out. A bright flare of light shoots up from your palm and explodes above you in a shower of sparks. A couple of people applaud, and the student from earlier calls out to you. Oh, it's annoying black crop top student. Looking good, freshie. You stagger, struggling to keep yourself upright. The other student catches your arm, supporting you. Eli, now I'm tired again. This is green shirt student. Well, yeah, you just used all your magic at once. Be more careful next time. Well, it was fun hanging out with you, freshie, but now, if you don't mind, I see some potions with my name on them. She gives you a nod before disappearing into the party's crowd. You can tell they're background characters because we never get her name. Spell learned. You can now use the solar flare spell. You make your way around the party, taking in the sights and sounds and eventually scouting out your friends. Griffin sits on a log with a strange string instrument in his lap, surrounded by upperclassmen listening to him play. Hey there, Muso, and it's Griffin, and he's, I guess, playing his instrument. Shreya is at a table full of snacks, mixing various luminescent liquids together in a fancy glass. And Shreya's looking like she's having fun mixing cocktails. Beckett appears to be examining one of the trees on the outskirts of the clearing. He touches it, then pulls back with a look of fascination on his face. Beckett and he's like looking amazed by the flora. Tutorial. Here's your chance to hang out with one of your friends. You'll also have the opportunity to get away from the party and spend some one-on-one time together. Will things stay casual, or will sparks fly between you? Okay, so who will you approach? And the choices are Griffin, Beckett, Shreya, or I'll look for Zeph instead. Now, if you go for either of these people, these first three, so Griffin, Beckett, or Shreya, I do believe that these three will all lead to a premium choice later on in that scene. But if you go for Zeph, I think he doesn't have a premium choice later on. And so the premium choice is basically a romantic scene. And I guess, so Zeph doesn't have one because he's Arrow Ace. Because it can get a little bit intimate. Like this, the one in this chapter isn't too intimate, but later on they get like quite intimate. So this is not for kids. Because of that reason, and I'm a little bit shy and I don't want to narrate anything too hardcore. I am going to pick Shreya because we're not romancing women in this playthrough, so it'll just be a friendly scene. You approach Shreya, who spins and nearly bumps into another partygoer. Her drink slushes out of her glass, turning into glitter as it rains down. Shreya, whoops! Student, and it's like black crop top student again. You again? Oh, is that a Phoenix Tremoli? Shreya, with a special mystery twist. Track me down later and I might make you one. The upperclassman notices you and grins. Legendary. Everyone's heard of your potion making skill. So this is black crop top student. I guess you underclassmen have a knack for mixing all kinds of potions. She strides back into the crowd of partygoers without another word, and you make your way over to Shreya. Shreya, Eli, just who I was looking for. That girl's kind of an enigma, isn't she? Eli, that's one way to put it. Now please tell me you're not drinking straight up glitter. Shreya, glitter in a Phoenix Tremoli? Never. The secret is ginger ale, equal parts grenadine and lime, and 3 tongue-twist tearjerker candies. She holds the glass beneath your nose and you get a fruity whiff. And so it's like a sparkly drink that looks really cool, and it looks fizzy and blue and purple. Smells good. Shreya, go on, have a sip. Free of spirits, full of flavour, and I made this one especially for you. Eli, a sip, and the choices are I'll have the whole thing, or you drink it. It looks fun and yummy, so let's go I'll have the whole thing. Looks like the kind of drink I would have had back when I was 18. You take the glass and down a big swallow. It tastes light and fruity with a pleasant bubbly sensation. Eli, Shreya, this is delicious. You notice her bite her lip like she's trying not to laugh. Eli, what? What did I just drink? Shreya, wait for it. You feel a burp build up, and when you release it, a cloud of glitter puffs out of your mouth. Shreya, that's the mystery twist. Eli, disgusting. I love it. Shreya, I knew you would. I was hoping to cheer you up, but it looks like you're already feeling a lot better. Eli, you just have a way of putting me in a good mood. Shreya, you're too much. Want to help me make another drink? We might even be able to upgrade my Tremoli. Eli, another drink? And then the options are, can you make one with fire? Or how many recipes do you know? Ooh, can you make one with fire? Shreya grins, a devious glint in her eyes. Shreya, you just asked for my other specialty. Grab that apple cider. You grab the cider on the table and pour it into a glass Shreya holds up. She adds a variety of other sodas and syrups, then tuts thoughtfully. Shreya, normally I'd add in some cinnamon, but I guess another tongue twist tearjerker will have to do. She drops in a violently green hard candy, which immediately makes the drink pop and fizz. Then she snaps her fingers, sparking fire. Shreya, voila! Bottoms up, Eli. Ooh, and it's this cool looking, okay, I was going to call it a cocktail, but I guess it's a mocktail. It's this cool looking mocktail drink that is like on fire. Have a taste. You take a sip and flinch as it burns its way up your nose. Shreya tips the rest and smacks her lips in delight. A round of cheers from the nearby dance floor catches Shreya's attention, and she takes your wrist, giving it a gentle tug. Shreya, okay, I'm over drinks. Dance with me, Eli. Tutorial. Make the most of your time with Shreya. You'll get to enjoy a surprise away from the party as well. And And here we have Shreya's premium choice. So in the last playthrough that I did, I got this choice, and obviously it didn't record properly, so here we go again. The free option is I'll have to pass, and the premium option is dance with you, of course. So let's go ahead and take that. It's like party music. Shreya, yes! I've been desperately hoping to lure you to the dance floor all night. Looks like I've succeeded. She takes your hand and pulls you into a pocket of space at the heart of the dance floor. Of course she goes to the center. Eli, didn't take much. Didn't you know I love to tear up the dance floor? Shreya, what are you waiting for? Show me your moves, Eli. Eli, I've got to make my move. And then the options are twirl her, or moonwalk. Ooh, let's moonwalk. You turn around and moonwalk past her, then circle completely around her. Eli, it's almost like magic. Shreya raises her voice, playing along. Shreya, oh my goodness, oh mon dieu. I'm sorry, I don't know that French terminology. How is this extremely gifted attuned practically gliding over solid ground? Seriously, how do you do that? I've never been able to moonwalk. Eli, oh, well you... Just then, the music shifts. Shreya, oh, that's our cue. There's something I want to show you. Shreya leads you away from the crowd, pulling you through the moon gate and further into the forest. Eli, where are we going exactly? Shreya, somewhere incredible. As the sounds of the party fall away, the forest grows darker and more ominous. You look up at the jagged, ink-black shapes of trees looming over you. Eli, I sure hope you packed a magic map or something, Shreya. Shreya laughs, the only sound in the silent forest. Shreya, don't worry, I'll protect you. I'll be your knight in high-fashion armor. Eli, oh good, just what I needed. Finally, Shreya pauses. You hear a quiet, murmured spell, and then... The forest brightens with faint pinpricks of light. Eli, what are... You peer closer, realizing that the dots of light are little insects. They're everywhere in the clearing, flickering before you like candle flames. Shreya, I don't know the fancy scientific name for them, but I call them Lumies. They're fire elemental bugs, so basically the only bugs I like. They only live in forests that are over 500 years old, so they're super rare. But I guess it's our lucky night. Eli, how did you know they'd be here? Shreya, duh, I was the one who summoned them. They don't like to appear in crowds, so I had to spirit you away first. She sighs, her voice becoming wistful. Shreya, they take me back to my childhood. The first time I saw them, I was a little girl, and it was the most wonderful sight I'd ever seen. Eli, these are pretty amazing. Shreya, I'm glad you like them. They're a special memory for me, and when I realized I could call them tonight, I wanted to share the moment with you. You know what would make this moment just perfect, though? Eli, yeah, I think I know. We need... And then the options are more Lumies or another dance. Okay, so if you opt to romance women in your playthrough, if you're playing through the game, you can pretty much hook up with Shreya here, but since I am only romancing men, and Shreya's not a man, we don't get that option. So we're gonna say we need another dance. Shreya, I like the way you think, Eli. You offer your hand, bowing. Eli, may I have this dance, my lady? Shreya, but of course. You take Shreya's hand, circling an arm around her waist. The two of you dance among the trees, sending Lumies scattering in your wake. Yes, sometimes I say dance, sometimes I say dance. I don't know why. Eli, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Shreya, can I dip you? Please say yes. Eli, just don't drop me, okay? I don't want to faceplant into the dirt. Shreya, psh, you'll be fine. I have years of ballroom lessons under my belt. You move your lower hand up to Shreya's shoulder while she shifts her grip to your waist. Shreya, ready, set, go. She dramatically dips you. You feel a rush of air, the sensation of falling. Eli, Shreya! Shreya, I've got you. Shreya pulls you back up, her arms still securely around you. The two of you burst into laughter. Eli, there's nothing more invigorating than getting your world literally turned upside down for a second. Shreya, I knew you'd thank me. Shreya flops to the ground, then pats the grass beside her. You lie down next to her and look up at the Lumies dancing all around you, almost indistinguishable from the stars overhead. Shreya, aren't they just beautiful? It is pretty. Eli, they really are. You said the first time you saw them, you were still a kid? Shreya, yep. Had a few missing teeth, collected shiny rocks, perpetually had jam smeared around my mouth. Eli, I'm curious. And then the options are, how'd you learn to summon Lumies? Or tell me more about little Shreya. Let's go, how'd you learn to summon Lumies? Shreya, one stormy night, I read this terrifying ghost story from a volume in my father's personal library. I was so scared, I couldn't sleep for days. I kept picturing monsters in the closet, or slithering out from under my bed. Eli, yikes! I'm pretty sure I had this exact same nightmare as a kid. Shreya, when my mother realised what I was scared of, she took me out to the woods near our home and taught me the spell to summon Lumies. And voila! I wasn't scared anymore. Shreya lifts a hand to cup a Lumie, sheltering its glow. Shreya, I kind of became obsessed with them after that, though. All my clothes had to have Lumies printed on them, or I refused to wear them. Eli, it sounds like your parents created a mini monster without meaning to. Shreya, I was a bit of a tyrant. One day I wore my Lumie costume to school and chased Tony Lee around the playground until he gave me all his candy. Eli, that's a hilarious mental image. I wish we were friends back then. Yeah, she would have been fun. Shreya, I was so uncool, trust me. My classmates laughed at me every week during show and tell. The weird thing was that I didn't care. I was so wrapped up in my little mystery world that it didn't bother me. Eli, it sounds like you had an amazing childhood. Shreya, it was pretty great, but I'm even happier now that I have great friends like you. She turns her head to look at you and you do the same. Shreya, thanks for spending this time with me, Eli. Eli, I'm always happy to spend time with you. Thanks for inviting me out, Shreya. The Lumies start to drift away one by one. Shreya, there they go. Eli, we should probably head back before Zeph or Griffin sends out a search party. Shreya, they would totally do that, those worrywarts. Come on, let's go. That's cute. You and Shreya get to your feet and you follow her back into the woods. This time, your way is lit up with a few Lumies who weave glowing trails in the air as they fly. Stealing a moment, you spent some time with Shreya and the Lumies. Just as you arrive back at the rave, a chorus of cheers goes up from the center of the party. Partygoers start converging around a display of magic. Eli, what's going on? Shreya, looks like a magic show. Let's get a closer look. She bounds closer, and the throng of people separates the two of you. And then the captain's here. Captain, get your magic in on this, everyone. The night's at its peak, and we're gonna set the sky on fire. You try to follow, but get buffeted this way and that by the students flocking toward the magic. Eli, whoa, maybe I'll just hang back. Especially because her magic's low today. As the fireworks alter the color of the night and reverberate in your ears, for a second you think you see... And then it's like a shadow monster. Eli, what? But you blink and it's gone. You rub at your eyes, but see no shadowy monsters among the trees. You peer through the foliage and realize a pathway stretches deeper into the forest. You step down the pathway. Don't go by yourself, Eli, why? Eli, anybody there? Hello? There's no reply and no sign of life down the pathway until... Voice, hello? Anybody there? Eli, that was an echo, right? Voice, an echo. The bushes right beside you rustle violently and a dark shape darts out of the gloom. And then it's Asta. Asta, Eli, thank goodness I found you. You stumble back, clapping a hand over your racing heart. What's Asta doing here, Eli? Holy crap, Asta! You scared me almost to death. I thought you were a shadow monster. Asta, shadow monster? I don't think there are any around. And then her eyes have gone black. Ooh. As Asta's eyes darken, you notice that she's breathing hard, as though she's been running through the forest. Asta, not creatures. Eli, they need you to see. She takes your arm and immediately your surroundings melt away. And then you see this image of that red rock that the shadow monster left behind. And then the rock I picked up. And then you see the greenhouse and Professor Kontos. You stumble, dizzy, as the forest re-solidifies around you. Eli, whoa! Asta, did you just take me into your branching? Asta, I could think of no better way. I believe the trees want you to take that strange stone to Professor Kontos. I can tell it's extremely important. I urge you to see him as soon as you can. Ooh, what was that about, hey? So, chapter 8 complete. And there we have it. That's chapter 8 done. So yeah, that was a pretty fun chapter. I had a lot of fun with that one. And I thought 2 episodes per chapter was a lot, and now we are up to 3, but that is okay. I don't know if I actually have no idea if the rest of the chapters going from here are going to be this long, or if they'll be more like a 2 episode type of chapter. But we will find out when we get there. And yeah, if you are enjoying these videos and this series, please do consider giving them a like. And thank you for watching. And I will see you all again next time for the next one. Bye!